Hello, and I am Daphne from Daps Makeup, here to give you the quick tea on luxury makeup. And today we are talking about the new shades of the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blushes. Originally, there was always those two shades, and I was never interested in getting them because I just felt like there were tones that weren't for me, not shades that I could use. I always heard great reviews about the formula, but I wasn't gonna risk it on those really light pink, orange shades. But they've come out with 4 more. I'm tempted to get all 4 new shades, but I started off with the 2 deepest shades to be safe. So I got Berry because I love purple blushes, and then a brown blush, or is it bronzer? And that is what we're gonna talk about today. So what you're gonna first see is me applying it. Total first impressions. This was me as I'm about to go to work, doing my makeup. And so the first day I made the berry shade, and don't be fooled by the case, the berry shade as the main blush. And I use that on the apples of my cheek. And then I use a denser brush for the mahogany shade. And I actually ended up using it more as my bronzer. And so I did a combo, but this was really my main blush. I also then did a 12-hour check. It might have even been 14-hour check-in after work. And as the makeup was starting to fade a little bit, I added more of the mahogany because I couldn't wait to just see mahogany be a blush. And then finally I came back around next day, total fresh face. Actually today, and then use mahogany totally on its own as my blush and my bronzer. And you're gonna get to see them both in action. The key thing that you're gonna find out about it is my typical go-to brush for blushes is my Sonia G Soft Cheek. It's typically my go-to, and it works fantastic with the berry. And then when it comes to the mahogany, if you want to use it as a blush, then yes, use a nice, soft, fluffy blush like this and on the balls of your cheek, and mahogany is great as a blush. But what is also fantastic, if you use a traditional bronzer brush like a Niji Pro, guess what? That mahogany works as bronzer. Oh my goodness. So let's start with demo number 1. Hi guys, I am so excited to try the new Dior blushes because they finally come out with shades that I think actually will work for me. If you know me, my favorite color blush is actually purple. So I'm super excited to try this berry shade. And then what I also find interesting is the shade mahogany. Question is this a blush or a bronzer? Either way, I am all for it. So let's see how this works on my skin tone. All right, berry. Let's see. All right, let's see what we're gonna come up with. All right, we're getting some color. It's pretty soft, but berry. It is showing up on my skin tone. So yes, is this brown girl friendly? Yes. All right, I went ahead and did both cheeks. As you can see, pigmented. It's buildable, so berry works. So now let's see how mahogany works on my skin tone. I was using the soft cheek Sonia G, but actually I think I'm gonna switch over to the Wayne Goss number 13. And I'm gonna go into the mahogany shade, and I'm gonna actually work over here because I love to drape and use with other blushes. So brown, pigmented. I think this is giving me more contour bronzer. So I wanted to see how it would work together. This is just all first impressions. So I'm also gonna go on the other side, and I'm actually gonna try using it more as a true bronzer rather than this blush draping. Be right back. Switching cheeks and switching brushes. Now we're gonna use a Sonia G Niji Pro. And I'm gonna use it more like a bronzer. And I think that works. Let's try on the temples. All right, so there you go. I hope you can appreciate the bronzing action. I have nothing on this temple, and then I put some there, so it does work as a bronzer. It actually looks good on the cheeks as well. I'll come back with photos and not this blaring light so you can see in natural lighting. All right, so here I am with the finished look in natural lighting. It's still gonna be hard for you to truly appreciate this look. I'll put the lighting back on, but I love the blushes, both of them. They are both brown girl friendly. I'm still trying to decide if Mahogany is more of a bronzer rather than a blush on me, but either way it works. I'm gonna come back again with another look with just Mahogany, but for now, here's the combo of the two, and I'm loving it. Definitely brown girl friendly. Thank you, Dior. On to demo number 2. All right, it is a 12-hour check-in. Yes, 12 hours. My work days are long. I freshened up my lip with the Dior Berry Lip Maximizer. There's still some blush left over, but I thought I'd go back into the Mahogany shade, this time with my soft cheek Sonia G brush, and just use this more on the balls of my cheeks. So let's see. I just wanted to use it more of a blush and less of a bronzer. And I think with my skin tone that this is a blush that you can pull off as bronzer blush, you know, that I could almost just use this and not need a blush and a bronzer, that it can kind of serve both roles. And I think it's really pretty. So I'm excited for this Mahogany shade. I think it is so pretty. Berry, I'm so in love with. But Mahogany is a unique shade that works on my skin tone. So whether if you want to try to use it more as blush or bronzer, totally up to you. But yeah, once again, yes, Dior, thank you for coming with shades that work for deeper skin tones. Let us join in on the fun. All right, hope this review is helpful. First impressions. All right, bye-bye. Lastly, demo number 3. Here I am the next day with a fresh face, using the Mahogany shade truly as blush on its own with the soft cheek brush from Sonia G. How beautiful is this shade as a blush? Works as bronzer, works as blush. As you can see, that Mahogany on its own is a beautiful blush on deeper skin tones. It is gorgeous. So if you use like the soft cheek Sonia G, it will give you a soft application and it will work as a blush. If you use a bronzer brush, and then if you use a bronzer brush or a denser brush, then you can actually pull it off also as bronzer as well. So like I'm doing this now on my forehead, and you can see it works as bronzer. On the cheeks, I don't even have to really add any bronzer per se, because this blush Mahogany works both as blush and bronzer. If you want to use a denser brush and get a more sculpted look, you certainly can. So it's up to you, dense brush to get a sculpted look, or use a soft brush and get a blush look. This Mahogany shade is special. Simple with the lips. Did the Dior Lip Glow Balm and Lip Glow Oil, both in the shade Mahogany. Figure, given the blush, let's have the matching lips. And I think it pairs well together. So just talk about the formula in general, because this is my first time using this Backstage Rosy Glow Blush. And for those of you that might be new to this particular blush formula, you know, Rosy Glow might give the impression that it's going to be the super luminous blush. It's not, which I actually appreciate. So it's not going to be this like super shiny, sparkly blush, but it does give a glow to my cheeks. So it's not ultra matte, but it's not like super shiny, luminous. And I have the lights on too, so it's going to bring out the glow even more. But in natural lighting, it is not a super luminous blush. So if that's also what you're looking for, just letting you know, it's not like an RMS, like super luminous, sparkly, like, you know, those blushes that could almost be a highlighter. This isn't it. It's not going to be your highlighter. It will truly be a blush, but it's not going to be a hard matte. It will give a nice subtle glow. I think it's a special formula that's right. It has a nice balance between being a matte and being luminous. So in the pan it looks matte, but on the cheek it does have a nice subtle glow. So it is a special formula. And then now we actually have some shades that are beautiful, especially on deeper skin tones. Oh my goodness. So Dior, yes, do you get approval by me? Hell yeah, because not only did you come out with a beautiful purple blush that typically, you know, works well with deeper skin tones, so it works great as a blush. You came out with an even deeper blush, a brown blush that can work as both blush and bronzer for deeper skin tones. I'm tempted to get that cherry blush. That looks gorgeous. I'm just debating because I've already bought a few blushes that are similar shade. And then there's rosewood that looks pretty, but it might be a little bit too light for my skin tone. I'm not sure. If I get those other two blushes, I will come back and give you the tea on those. But I can definitely give an approval for the Berry and the Mahogany blush shades. And I will see you next time. Bye.